Yeah, I'm currently watching the midterm elections through Daily Kos, which most relies on AP or the Associated Press to call elections. Same for the Google search engine, which is my search engine on mobile. Things seem to be tied for both parties. Which looks promising for the Democratic Party, as I think historically the party opposite to whatever party the current president is typically makes gains in Congress during the midterm. In between checking for updates from Google and Daily Kos, says live blogs for the midterm elections. And again, they both ultimately use AP or the Associated Press, a very reputable source when it comes to calling elections, to call elections. In between checking for updates, I'm reading the SpaceX article on WBW. It's pretty interesting. You typically find WBW posts to be pretty interesting. I like the topics that are discussed in them. They're interesting and make me look forward to the future and think about it. In a way, not a lot of stuff does. From roughly 5 in the morning today Dan and I both got up so we could ultimately get ready to watch the total lunar eclipse. Turns out it was the second one in the same year and will be the last one. Won't be another until 2025. We watched, I recall we got out around 5:09 in the morning, even though the New York Times article I read said that totality would start at 5:16 in the morning. Still, it's definitely better to be early than late. We went out a few times, roughly from 5:09 in the morning to about 6:20 in the morning. And in between one of those 4 visits we made, Dad made some coffee. And we made these different visits to see how the lunar eclipse changed as time passed on. During the visits, I focused on filming both the lunar eclipse and the discussions we had with each other while we were out watching it. In essence, I blogged about the total lunar eclipse. I felt it would be pretty special since it would be the last one for a long time. In between visits, we were both generally in the living room of our house, chatting with each other like we did while watching the lunar eclipse. In the hours prior to us being up for an hour or two to watch the lunar eclipse, I got a couple hours of sleep, roughly from 1 to 3 in the morning. I think it might have something to do with the fact that I typically, in previous days, I would go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, so it was much earlier than usual, so I ended up waking naturally long before the 5 in the morning alarm I set on both my laptop, of which I had to use a different third-party website because the usual third-party website I use got blocked. For one reason or another, as well as a 5 in the morning alarm I set on my phone through my phone's clock app. If I recall correctly, I went back to bed maybe around 7 in the morning would be my best guess. Woke up around 1 p.m. Around 2:15 p.m. Dad took me out to go vote in the New York midterms, of which I did a straight blue ticket. Like I usually do. To the point where when there wasn't a Democratic candidate for one of the positions, I wrote in myself after asking about write-ins, since I assume that for a write-in it can't be someone who's already running for something else, for another position, and I assume it has to be someone from the state. And I didn't really know anyone else at the time. Hence why I wrote in myself, and then around 3 p.m., after we picked up Dad's friend Bill from the apartment, his apartment unit, we went to Dad's old barber so that we could all get haircuts. Bill went first. I went second, and Dad went third. And my post haircut picture was taken around 3:45 p.m. So I got a 2 faded buzz cut and specifically requested that the beard not be touched, my facial hair not be touched. Though Dad felt that the back wasn't faded. I didn't really look in the mirror to confirm or deny this, but either way, it doesn't really matter to me. Oh yeah, but right before we got those haircuts, we gave the barber the third Josh Allen drawing, and he gave me $40 for it and put it in on a shelf high up, sort of free hanging shelf that's not part of any larger piece of furniture, free hanging off a wall within the barber shop. We brought it to him in a plastic bag. Bringing it with us when Dad took me out to vote. We were also supposed to stop by Mom's place to pick up some Sharpie markers. Needed to work on both the special project for Dan Hammy 99 episode prop character and to start work on Check One Barkley, but we forgot to stop by Mom's place, and Dad didn't have a light gray Sharpie marker minimum needed in order to continue work on the special project. Then, roughly from 4 to 7 p.m., Dad and I, with his friend Bill, spent time at Salvatore's. Primarily to get the free medium pizza that I can get on my birthday. Though it can also be on the same week as the birthday. And we got that first. I opted to get a red sauce pizza with crispy chicken, bacon, and, as Dad suggested, cup jar pepperoni. In the beginning, I had 3 glasses of water. And then later, Dad got an order of fried dough. Bill had about 1 piece of it. And we each shared some slices of that medium pizza, free for my birthday, thanks to the rewards program. I got the new drink of the month, the Darmaggio Margarita. I think I just mispronounced the Darmonica part of it, but either way, it came with orange juice. And other good stuff. And the bartender put in cherries because I like cherries. And then later, some of Dad's friends and coworkers, there were both of those things at the same time, stopped by. Maggie got an order of mozzarella sticks and shared it between herself, Dad, and me. And I was very grateful to get some mozzarella sticks. They were pretty good. If I recall correctly, I started watching the midterm elections. My best guess would be probably around 6 p.m. at the earliest. Either way, it was towards the end of our stay at Salvatore's. I think we primarily went there in order to get some food to eat. What I showed for the dinner, that was something that we got to go from Salvatore's. We got some pasta dinners and it came with some bread. That was penne with Alfredo with meatballs. I was going to get the spaghetti, but Dad suggested I get the penne, so that's ultimately what we got. Yeah, I'm in the last hour. When it comes to the episodic event, but what ultimately matters is that I was able to evolve the evolvable building all the way. I completed all the task sets and as a result got a Goddess of Wishes statue. To replace the one that will expire in about a week, so all things considered, it went pretty good. And that other drink I got from Salvatore's was a mule with raspberry flavored vodka. It was pretty good. I also recall finishing that bag of Skinny Pop from the other day around 1 in the afternoon or so. Maybe 2 in the afternoon. Somewhere between 1 and 2 in the afternoon.